Live again with another crate stream where we're creating the Sci-Fi Action Adventure Super Alien Buddy 2. I just need a few moments to set up. As you can see, there's obviously a character falling to his death. That's why I've seen all those bubbles. Okay, we're gonna need a quick second, guys. Okay, so I'll just be like a couple of minutes, and then I'll be straight back. Get it sorted here. You know what it's like after you finish your food. Here we go. I'm all fed. I'm all good to go now. Hello, Isaac! Welcome back. Hey, Jibri Trawick, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Wow, is that a Cthulhu? Well, it's actually a giant octopus that we're using for the alien planet. However, it probably could be a Cthulhu, considering he is like this ancient god. They definitely could fit in this kind of world. So I think there's a puppet that's in a infinite death state right now. Yeah, look, he's sliding down. Look at that. He's just testing out the sliding part that we made. There we go. I shot him. I got rid of him. So yesterday we were finishing off the hell-like planet, where we had, like, this was going to be like the boss battle. We would be sliding down here, avoiding the obstacles to get to our ship, and then we would have like these little, almost like a shallow beach, where we would have to get across and try and make it all the way over here to our ship. There you go, is our character there waiting for us to escape the planet before it blows the hell up. And this is going to be like the giant fortress that we just escaped from. So we're, aside from detail and gameplay and all that kind of thing, all that kind of stuff, we've more or less finished this area. So I'm pretty much going to start a brand new area. But one of the things which I was going to look at was the jukebox, because Isaac recommended another track, but we clearly have a lot of gameplay thermals. So I need Isaac's help, really, to decide which tracks need to go. So, aside from, this is Small Human's track, which I put there to give him some exposure. Aside from that, we have got, I don't know if he's named these timelines. So we've got this first track, so we need to decide what track we're going to delete. Isaac, do you want to keep this one? I quite like this one, it's quite calm. And then we've got this one. Which I again quite like. It's got like that dark kind of vibe about it. And then we've got this one. Let me see. See, I don't remember what any of these sound like, so I need to keep checking things. See, I like most of these tracks, so it's going to be quite difficult for me to delete one of them. What's this one? I don't know if this was the one that starts to distort. Maybe we should get rid of this one. There was this one, which I don't even know if we get through all these, because most of the time the stream is quite short, so we don't really have a lot of time to get through these tracks. This one's quite cool as well. And then your favourite, the Valkyrie one. So let's just say we'll get rid of your favourite one, Isaac, right? And we'll see if we can find the new one that you wanted me to search for. Oh, is JD's new track in the jukebox? No, that's what we're doing just now. So, let's see if we can find it. Games with a Z. Is that right? Let's have a look. He's got a lot of more new followers, which is nice. 14%. That's a lot, Isaac. That's a lot. And he's definitely screwed us over with this mad lighting system. Let me see. I don't even know what that keyframe's for. What's the doorway for? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. What's this? Is this just the light? Where is the actual track itself? This is it here. Jeez. Right, I think we've sorted it. So let's start off with his track first then. Mad music channels. I hate them. I hate them. Right, let me hook this up to the next one. And then hook small humans at the end. There. Right, let's have a listen to this track then. Hopefully it's good. A lot's riding on this, Isaac. Better not let us down. First one is Cloven Draken. Very little thermal, so you can keep it. Second one's Echo from the future. Pretty sci-fi, so you can keep it. Definitely keep the third one, Generation. Keep the fourth one, it's the best one, the orange timeline. Delete the fifth one though, it's pretty distorted with bad without mixing. And Valkyrie's one of the best Dream songs, but poor without the mixing. Yeah, I thought so. So I got rid of the Valkyrie one. And I think you said, was it this one? The grey one or the red one? I think you said this one was quite distorted as well. Hold on. Get rid of some of these. Because I'm really worried about this gameplay thermal, because if it gets too high, it's going to cause problems. So that's all the assets that we picked for the Hell World. So now that we're moving on to the next planet, it's going to be like a sort of like a poison, toxic forest like world. So literally everything down here we don't really need to keep anymore. I think we're pretty much good to just delete as much as we can. I'm literally only doing this to keep the jukebox, to be honest. I really should make the jukebox like a separate entity. That way I can just import the jukebox and I don't have to remix the scenes, but I just don't have the time, you know, because I need to organise the jukeboxes, I need to organise what we're going to do for the stream. There's just so much that I need to do, and I just don't have enough time to... Honestly, I just don't have enough time to organise everything that we need. So I do little things at a time, and then sometimes I just have to like find these little shortcuts so that I can just get into the next scene without wasting too much time. So there you go. We don't need any of these assets since we're starting like a brand new thing. There we go. We're way up here. Hold on, there was like a light there somewhere. Where was it? There's something here. What the hell's that? Get rid of that fog. And there was a wee light down here. There we go. So I think we're back to normality now. Let me see. Yeah, it's pretty low. So now we can just start looking for assets which would fit the vibe of a toxic kind of planet. And if you need any more references, you could say that the planet looks a little bit like Planet Namek from Dragon Ball Z. When you look at it with like the green ocean and the sort of cream-like rocks with some grass and some trees. But I don't want to make like a carbon copy of that. It's just to give you a reference image of what it might look like. Yeah, the grey one. Sounds good. I mean, I'll redo the jukebox once I've got time. It's just I've only got time to jump into these streams since I don't have a lot of time on Tuesday and Wednesday. I just need to get going and just create as much as I possibly can, to be honest. Thanks for putting it in the jukebox. Yeah, no problem. I'll need to do some proper optimizations to make sure everything's even better for next week. Hello, small human. Am I late? No, you're not so late. We only started about 15 minutes ago, and you know it's going to be a short stream today. So we're just going to collect some assets. So if you get any suggestions for like a toxic forest-like planet, let me know, because I'm going to add some stuff now. Hey Red Stool, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. We're on to the second planet now, which I'm pretty excited about. So let's see. If you want, I can make some toxic stuff for you to use, LB. Let's see what we can find first. Because normally I like to find things, and if I'm missing something that I really need, then yeah, I might need some help. But I don't like anybody to waste their time until it's absolutely necessary that we need to make something. So let me just put in like toxic just to see exactly what comes up. Just, you never know, right? Toxic slime cookie. Okay, I never realised that was so toxic. So we're not going to use the toxic barrels because that's a bit too lifelike, a bit too much like Earth. Maybe, I mean, I'll put some stuff out, right? Whether we use this or not, I'll just fire some stuff. Unless the aliens are... See, I don't know, I wanted to make it more like a forest, I didn't really want to make it like an industry. So I don't think I'll use these cans, but I'll just put a few things here and there, you know. Anything that we can find that may be useful. And then obviously we can always delete things which we don't think fits anymore. Toxic. Toxic, harmless toxic, makes toilet paper. Oh, look at that. Ugly. Someone's actually made a scenery for us. No, we're not going to use that. So I think that's as much as we're going to find for toxic things. Let's see if I can search for poison. I'm not really expecting to find much by searching for these. It's just in case we come across something that we think might be quite good. So like, I mean, we could use like mushrooms maybe. Poisonous mushrooms. Just change the colour a little bit. For example, you're just using like these things, you know. Why do we have the puppet? See, because you put the puppet there, I'm not going to use that anymore. It's like they got the default puppet, they made their mushroom, and then they never deleted the puppet. Why? What's the point? There's some work. At least these ones glow as well. So we'll get some mushrooms, we can probably get some trees. I was going to get some dead trees as well, because obviously we're in a poison world. Things don't look so good. A frog is very earthly, but we can probably remix the frog to make it more alien-like. I think to make it fit the setting a bit better. A jellyfish? I don't know if we'd use a jellyfish. See, we find like all this weird stuff, we don't even know like what you're going to find most of the time. That one looks good, doesn't it? It's like a proper poisonous frog. Get the state of that. I mean, that one does look a bit alien already. If you look at the eyes and stuff, it kind of does look like an alien. We could even just like subtract the head off it and put it on a body, and then say this alien race on this planet, they are like half frog, half humanoid, you know? Some poisonous vines, maybe. This is what I like to do, just like find lots of random stuff, just so we have like a palette of things to choose from. As long as we've got ideas for what we're looking for, you know. What is that? Nah, I don't think so. See, there's always poison music as well. What else? What is that? That is a really weird one, isn't it? I mean, it could be good for the environment, I guess. I mean, it already comes with logic, I think, so... maybe it's good. Let's see. I hate that I need to keep scrolling all the way back to where I left off. It is annoying. I like to pick up where I Like if I select this, I like to come back here and we're already there. See, that looks quite cool as well. Like we could probably use that as one of the monsters, one of the aliens on the planet. I don't know if I should just put it down just now. Look, I don't get this. Look, I put him out and he's away over there. I don't understand why Dreams does this. Is this the creator's fault? Is this Dreams' fault? Because look, I don't know what the hell's going on. Right, so we've got a guy here, so maybe we could use him as one of the... I don't know if he'll be an enemy or just like someone who happens to live on the planet, because there's going to be hostile aliens, but there's also going to be friendly ones as well. Ones that actually come from the planet and they want you to help them to restore the planet back to its original state. Yeah, so we're finding a lot of decent stuff, especially for like the vegetation and stuff. Look, I need to keep going back every time, it's so boring. Nah, not doing well. Yesterday my PS4 committed suicide again. All I did was restart it after it refused to save to cloud. Then it just reformatted itself. It's working now, but I only lost some games. Yeah, your hard drive seems to be on the way out. It doesn't seem like it's functioning so well lately. I think you're in desperate need of a new PlayStation, which is the worst scenario because the PS5's coming out. I don't know if you're going to buy a PS5 when it comes out, or if you're going to wait a little bit longer. But yeah, it's not ideal when things start to mess up and you feel like I might need to get like a new PlayStation or something. I hope that doesn't happen to me, because I kind of need the PlayStation to do the streams, right? And I don't think I want to spend money getting a new PlayStation 4 if the PlayStation 5 is so close to coming out. But let's not think about that, right? That's not going to happen. So there we got some little frogs, some different kind of mushrooms, some vines, some other plants, a little poison spike thing here, a little alien guy if we decide to use him. I don't know if he'll be an enemy or just a species from the planet. And then we've also got some earthly toxic stuff, which I don't know if we'll use this stuff, because the idea of this planet was mostly to be like a toxic forest. It wasn't really meant to be an industrial world. But however, we could maybe make it so that the alien empire that's trying to take over this planet, maybe they set up a toxic factory, maybe. So they're sort of utilising the toxicity on the planet, and maybe we need to go into the factory to put a stop to it. Maybe that's a good way to include a more industrial section. So now we'll get this stuff. Let's see if we can find like a dead tree, because you know that poison's really taking its toll on people here. So we get something like that, something like that. I mean, we could probably put like a variety of different trees. Again, I'm always really careful with the thermal and stuff, because we just never know how badly it's going to hit us. So we'll use this to decorate. Try to see what tree would look the best. Let me see. So I'll put down like a bunch of trees, and we can see later which ones actually do the best job. Because I mean, we've got like some trees that are a bit thinner than the other ones. So I don't want to just spread out the same tree everywhere, because it might get a bit repetitive. See, I wasn't sure if I was going to use this one because I think it looked a bit too basic texture wise. Let me see, the dead pine tree. I mean, the roots are massive. Do we really need those roots? yeah, there's a bunch of different trees we can use. I don't know if I'll use this one. It looks alright, but I think I'll keep these other ones. See, look, if I don't stamp it down, like if I put this tree out, if I don't stamp it down and I go back to search, I'm right back where I left off. But if I stamp something down and I come back, then I need to go back to the very beginning of the search, which is boring. Really boring. There's quite a lot of dead trees. People love to make dead trees. Anything that's dead, people just get excited about it, don't they? Right, let's see this one. Maybe this could be like the last one. So yeah, we've got a bunch of dead trees. I don't know if I'll use them all because of thermal. Since this is going to be an open world area, we need to make sure that we don't use too many objects. We need to try and make it so that we really can make not a huge open world, but enough that it's not so linear. It allows you to run around and explore. So we need to be careful how many assets we use. So for example, these mushrooms, maybe I just use like the one mushroom and then just change the colour or something like that, just to save a tiny bit of thermal. I think graphics thermal should be okay. It's mostly the gameplay thermal I'm kind of worried about. But we don't need to worry about it just now because we're just at the start, and the jukebox takes up a lot of thermal as well, which we'll fix later. I bought a new SSD hard drive, just waiting for it. Oh, okay. Well, at least then you should be sorted, I think, at least until whenever you get the PS5. If you get the PS5. By the way, LBA, I know why some elements you place in the scene end up a mile away from the imp. If you save an object from a scene that's 5 miles away, then it will remember that when you place it in a scene. Okay. So basically, like, say like this is the center of the scene. If I create something that's away over here and I save it here, it'll place it here. So it's mostly the creator's fault. They should create things sort of like in the central area, like here. If that makes sense. So we've got our dead trees, some toxic stuff here. We've got some mushrooms, got some little plants, a little alien that we may use for this world. What else could we use? Let's see if I can find like a dead plant or something. Planet, not planet. Dead plant. So some dead bushes could be good. Again, it's more trees. Yeah, there's not so much for this one, but this could be good. So we'll put this down. Very nice. I like how varied all the planets are going to be, because we had the fire, hell-like world, now we've got this forest, toxic world, and we'll have the ice world, we'll have the volcano world, we'll have the massive ship that you need to explore, and there's a bonus, sort of like a sand desert kind of world. So it's like every world you go to has a distinct look and feel, which hopefully makes it less repetitive. Right, so now we need to find some kind of rock that we can use for the ground. Let's see, if we go for like a moss rock. Let me see. Because we can change the colour of the rock, you know. I just wanted to find something that had maybe we could use this for some like platforms and stuff. Like if you imagine it's like that. I think that could maybe work for some areas. Then we need oh look, there's another rock here that doesn't have grass. else can we use? Don't really know if I want to use the dark rocks, but like I said, I can probably change the colour of these anyway. Let me see. Because I kind of want stuff that's kind of realistic, but not super realistic, because we're still making like a sort of cartoon style world. So like that looks more realistic, but I don't really know if I want it to be that realistic, you know. Like even that one as well looks quite real. This looks like a collection of rocks we could probably use. Screw it. Let's just go for the realistic one, and then if it's not fitting the scene, I'll change it. There we go. So I don't want the world to look so dull, you know, like here we go, realistic kind of planet. When you looked at the hell-like planet, you can see that even though we tried to use assets that had, you know, decent graphics, it still doesn't seem like a real place, you know. I don't want to make this look too real, because if you look at our character, he's kind of cartoony, right? We don't want, like, these stuff kind of fit. A realistic rock, maybe it doesn't. So I'll just build stuff, and I guess I'll kind of see how it goes to make sure it's not too surreal. Yeah, but if you create an element in an element, then this problem won't happen. So, you know, if an element was made from a scene instead of an element, happens a lot to me with my own work. Ah, okay. So if you create an element in an element, okay. So if you make it a pure element, it's always good, whereas if you make an element from a gameplay scene, then that saves the position of that element, if I'm catching you correctly. I think that's what you mean. So let's see, what else can we find? Let's see if we can find, like, I don't know if I should say it's water or a river. Let me see, because I just want to change, like, the colour of the river. Let's see here. So if we get a river, and it's easy to change the colour. Try and make it more greeny. Maybe more like that. That's quite good as well. That gives it a wee bit of a glow. But let's leave it like that for just now. So we've got some kind of a river, some kind of water that we can use. Try to think of some other assets we can maybe use. Let's try and find well, we've got dead trees. Let's just find a tree that is not dead. See, because we've been searching for so many dead trees, it's like, you search for tree, do you want a dead tree? So I want a tree that's not dead, but it's not so alive either, you know. Oh, look at that. That could definitely be good for a boss battle, don't you think? Dun 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 dun, I am the tree man. I'm here to take your souls. I think he would be good for a boss battle, don't you think? Big tree man. It does look pretty scary. It kind of blends in with the rest of the trees. What else? Let's see. Hopefully there's a tree we can find that's not... This guy loves to make lots of trees, doesn't he? So this asset's a bit more mossy compared to the other one. Some stumps as well. I guess we could use some tree stumps. It's nice to get a lot of different trees. I just don't want to overdo it, you know. Because it's the forest level that we make is going to be like a linear level, and it's going to be separate from the open world. So the open world area is going to be very spaced out. There's going to be some trees here and there, but it's only when you get into the linear story level where the main forest is going to be. So when you get to the open world, it's not going to be stuffed full of environmental stuff. It'll be more open, almost like a wasteland in a way, but a wasteland that's sort of full of like little parts that you can platform around, little secret areas, as well as little locations where you need to complete the main or the side missions. When a creator shares an element that was made from a scene, they should enter edit mode and make sure the object is in the center of the element scene. That would be helpful when using it. Yeah. So let's just blame the creators then. It's all their fault. It would have solved this problem if it wasn't for them. Right, so I don't want to keep putting too many trees down. I keep thinking, oh, that looks nice, and then I place it down, and then I go, oh, look, that looks nice as well. Then I place that one down as well. I can never get away with it. Yeah, I don't think we're going to find a tree that I'm going to be happy with. Realistic forestry optimized. I mean, it's only 2% thermal, I guess it is quite optimized. An alien tree. It's calling out for me. It's like, use this tree. Let me see if I can use that tree, but then maybe change it up a bit. Let me see. See, it's easy to change the colour on this one as well. Kinda. They're all separate. Let me see. It's like I wanted to make it like a bit darker. I don't know, let's just leave it. Put these over here so it's not blocking our view. So there could be a part in the level where there's like one tree or one area with trees that are still alive, and it's like a sacred field, and maybe one of the missions is to basically defend this field because it's like the last sacred trees that we need to protect. But I think we've got a good amount of assets here. I just think like these ones I'll need to probably remix a little bit or find something else that does the job but looks a bit in line with the rest of the level. So let me see if I can find like if I put in platform, let me see what comes up. It'll probably mostly be industrial stuff. Let me see, a ground platform maybe. So that's a ground asset that we can use. Additional ground assets. These look quite nice, don't they? Not too high in thermal either. Let me see. No, I think those two were probably the best ones. So there was this one. Right, so we've got a set of ground assets here. Which we can choose between. So we're obviously not going to use this one because it looks more like snow. I guess from all of these, we're probably not going to use these ones. This one could be used, and this one can be used, and maybe in some areas this could be used. But I think these two are more likely. And then we had the other ones. These ones here as well. Big ground cookies. So I guess we'll probably go for more of this kind of one here with the moss and the grass and stuff. So like these three probably could be used for this planet. Considering the other planet's an ice world, so we ain't going to use these. The lava planet, we could probably use these two because they're more dry and rocky. So I think like these three, and those can be used for the lava planet. That can maybe be used for the ice one. So I think we've got a good selection of for the floor here. Got some decorative stuff we can use. And we've got some platforms. I do want to find if I can get like some better platforms, but let me see if I put in like a rock platform. Let's see what comes up. I'll probably just edit the one we've already got. Let me see. I don't know if that would look good inside the scene. Let me see. It could do the job. Like, I need to start reducing the thermal here. We're getting quite high. But like, if you see those platforms, it's like the texture here's not the same as the rest of the levels, so I don't know if I can use these anymore. Because if I could replace them with these ones, that way they look a bit more like this wall here. So I'll leave that there. We'll make a decision on that later. But I think, unless you guys have got any more ideas for things that we can use for the for this planet, let me know. Once we get into the actual forest area, we can add a lot more assets. But just for the open world part, I think these assets are probably good enough to get us started, I think. So I think that looks half decent. So let me do a quick save here so I don't forget. In fact, let me see here. See, that was the flaw that I found. If you quick save, right, and you run out of space, you can't save it online. I really hope I've got space to save this. So let's see. So that was the hell world. Let's just say toxic world, whatever. And then we'll just put like open world. Or just say open area, maybe. See, it keeps saying your local save is running out. I'm just waiting for the day where it says you cannot save this. Like I said the other day, that's the flaw. When you remix a scene and you go to save it, you can't save a version online. You can only do a local save. So if we were working on that remix and then it said there's no space to save, then we wouldn't be able to save it, which would be an absolute pain. So I'll need to start saving all my creations from now on online and then delete all the local saves. That way, we're not gonna clash too much when we're trying to save some new stuff. Where is everyone? I don't know. They've all abandoned us apparently. Nah, I think Isaac, he's doing schoolwork. I think he's quite busy studying, but he keeps the stream on in the background, I think. Hey, Enter Attack Out, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. How many games you working on, LBA? About 5,004, maybe. No, it's well, since the survival horror game is something that we are going to take like till the end of the year to finish, but I don't want to not release anything during that time. I would like to actually get more stuff out. So you saw us working on the cartoon storybook level. That's pretty much done. I just need to wait on. I need to finish the script and wait on the voice acting so that I can finish that level, and then that'll be out as well. There was also a new horror level that I was going to make, like a proper sequel to Fear of the Night, the very first little horror level I made in Dreams, and try and make a really good version of it. So there's going to be a couple of, let's say, smaller projects coming out. This is the sequel to Super Alien Buddy, so this is the second planet. We had the Doom-like planet that we just finished, and now we've got this sort of foresty, toxic-like planet. So we've got some assets here that we can work from. And besides the survival horror game, this Super Alien Buddy 2 is going to be like the closest thing to a big project. I don't anticipate we'll get this finished until like near the end of the year as well. But you should see a couple of new projects. There's going to be one in. I might release the comic book, the storybook one, in June if I can get all the lines done and everything sorted. And then in July there's going to be a little short horror level as well. And then after that, the only things you'll see from me after that is like a trailer for the survival horror game, a couple of demos for the survival horror game, and then of course the full survival horror game plus this Super Alien Buddy 2. So I know it's a weird way to create, but it's like I don't want my release schedule to be quite barren. I don't want to wait till the end of the year and then suddenly I release something. I want to still release like a few things here and there, just to sort of spread out the time, you know. And it's also good because it saves me getting bored of making things the same thing over and over again. And since we do these extra streams, I literally only work on this during the stream, so it's not like it takes up more of my time or anything like that. It's actually good because by the end of this I'll have all the planets for Super Alien Buddy 2 ready. We've almost got all of the areas for the survival horror finished. That's probably going to take us another 2, maybe 3 weeks tops to finish all those areas, and then we'll start detailing and everything. So we're still on track. I don't think doing this project is going to hold us back that much, to be honest. But yeah, I kind of need to make other projects. I always say, don't procrastinate. Like, if you're going to do an extra project or two, make sure you actually finish them, and I can guarantee you I will be finishing these. I've got everything scheduled out, everything mapped out. Every week I know what I'm going to be working on, I know what our targets are, so I know roughly when we're going to start releasing some things. So there'll be like a big wave of content coming your way soon. Hey Fox Act, welcome back. How you be? How are you? I'm very good, thank you very much. Hope you're doing well yourself. Keep up the good work. Yeah, we'll do. Every week, that's all we ever do. We just keep creating. We never stop. See, if you're stuck for motivation, or you feel like you want to stop creating, honestly, see, like I create every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and sometimes I create other days off stream as well. Once you get into the habit of doing it, of just like creating all the time, it just becomes like second nature. Like, you just can't help but create. It's not like a choice of like, should I create today? It's just like, no, today I'm creating Super Alien Buddy 2. Tomorrow I'm creating the survival horror. It just becomes like a habit, and a habit is a very powerful thing. So if you can get yourself into the habit of creating in Dreams, you'll finish your projects in no time. I'm just trying to make some really ambitious projects, so some of them will take a bit longer than others, but I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be pretty good. I made an alien for you, LB. Oh god, is it the Bovaretta alien? That's what I'm anticipating. The colour can be changed to something more fitting. Alright, so depending on the planet we can remix it. It can pretty much be used in any area. It's more of a traditional alien. Alright, like the grey alien with the big eyes. Should always be able to save version online. That's unlimited, unlike local save. So to lower local save, better start save versioning. Save version to online is 100% private unless you add editors. Yeah, it's just like when you remix a scene and you go to save version isn't there. It's only save local. So if you remix something, it's impossible to save a version until after you've saved a local version, which is kind of weird, kind of limiting. I just started watching Solar Opposites. Solar Opposites? What's this? Never heard of this before. Rick and Morty cousin. Oh, okay, is it the same creators who created another series? I've never heard of it. I'll need to watch that then if it's related to Rick and Morty. Hey Ian Hun, welcome. This is big. Your subconscious mind and ego will fight you to stay comfortable, and your ego doesn't like new and change. If you're feeling unmotivated when you're a little bit into creating something in. Exactly, yeah. Dreams then, that when the best, most creative stuff comes to the surface and you're getting cool ideas. I constantly research the brain, psychology and NLP. That's quite interesting. So you're using a lot of, you're diving really deep into it all. Solar Opposites, a Hulu only series. I've never researched that. I don't think I've ever watched anything on Hulu in my life. Yes, same. Very adult. Solar Opposites. I'll need to check out a trailer then and see what it's all about. It does sound pretty interesting. So I think we've got our assets more or less sorted. We don't need to worry about getting everything 100% right now. So we've got some kind of water that we can use. We've got, we can use this as a platform. We've got a platform here, some more platforms, some walls which we could also use as a platform if we just rotate it. We've got a bunch of dead trees, a tree stump, some that are alive. We've got some that are desolate on the ground. A dead bush. We've got a little alien here that we might use. Some mushrooms, some frogs, some vines, a plant. We'll get different ground textures that we can use, which I can probably even change the colour of slightly if I feel it's necessary. Then we've got these toxic areas which maybe we use, maybe we don't. I'll only use it if the aliens who are invading the planet, if they try to build some kind of industrial factory to harness this toxicity on the planet, then I'll probably add it to the game. So I think we've got a good base now. So I think from next Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll start fleshing out the open world. I'll need to actually plan out the open world, because like the linear parts are a bit easier to create because you can kind of think about, okay, story wise what's going to happen, but the open world stuff I need to figure out where the collectibles go, where the main missions are going to take part, where's the side missions going to be, how do you traverse across this open world, because it can't be so boring. So like the first Super Alien Buddy, when you're walking around the main hub area, there's some bits that you can platform on, but there's some bits that are more open. So I want to try and do it a bit better this time around and make sure that no matter where you are in this open world, there's always something that you need to be platforming over or shooting or destroying, or just to make sure that you're not walking in a straight line for too long. So so I'll need to carefully plan this out for next week, and we'll try and create. We'll see how big of a open world we can make. It's not going to be a proper open world. It's just going to be like a big hub world, which is hopefully a decent size where we can map out all the missions, as well as add a forest area, which will be its own linear section, and we can try and figure out what kind of collectibles we're going to put into the open world, because the hell world we made before, that was just a tutorial, so there was no collectibles there, and it was just a linear level. So now this is the real challenge, trying to make something on a much bigger scale. So we'll do that next Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll get something looking pretty nice. But in the meantime, tomorrow and Friday we're going to continue the survival horror environments. We're now on the final section of the game. We're working on the underground lab, so that should probably take us a few weeks to finish. So we'll continue that over the next couple of days, and then on Saturday we will continue our Outlast 2 playthrough. Hopefully get a little bit further through that as well. I watched Solar Opposites on a website, but yes, Hulu only. Yeah, I guess you can probably find it outside of Hulu, can't you? Yeah, I don't get why you can't save version after remix until you local save first, as if save version copies the local save, but it doesn't work like that. Yeah, I have no idea. It's going to bite me in the ass one day, because I do normally remix my scenes, because it's like once I get all these assets in place, I don't want to do a new scene and then have to import everything again. So normally I just remix and then change things about. So I'll need to delete some local saves in advance before that problem occurs. One thing I noticed though is, like, when you go to check your local saves, you have to go into your profile and then go into your creations, and then you can delete your saves. If you use the normal menu, the normal dream shaping menu, it only tells you your creations. You can't delete them, and you can't see how much space you've got available. So it's almost like in a hidden area. Like, how many people are going to click out of dream shaping, go up to their profile, and then go into their creations? Like, I think it's stupid. They should have a delete option and show you how much space, local space, you have available in dream shaping as well. I don't know why they've separated it in two separate menus. It's the same with archiving. I think you can only archive if you go to the other menu. So I don't know why they've split it up between two different menus. I think it's a bit stupid. So hopefully they sort that eventually, but I don't know if it's a problem for them. Nice theme/sound. Yeah, we've got a nice little jukebox here. Lots of different sci-fi sounds that we're adding, which is pretty cool. I guess it adds a bit more atmosphere to the create side of things. Music is a bit loud. Don't worry, I'm about to leave anyway. Don't forget to add the alien. Don't forget or I'll kill you. I know, look at that thermo though. Right, give me a bit. I'll go over all of this stuff. I'll reduce the detail, and then I'll check out your alien dude. We don't even know what planet your alien dude's going to go on yet. We've got so many planets. We need to decide. You can watch it on an Amazon Fire Stick. Oof. You can find a way around it, that is. Yeah, that is pretty annoying. Dreams has some weird flaws that don't really make sense to be there. Yeah. You'd think they would have fixed it by now, but for some reason they don't. Very strange indeed. So I'm going to have to head off to work now, so I think we made a decent dent in finding all the assets that we need. So like I said, next Tuesday, Wednesday we'll probably make the more open world area using these assets. Over Thursday, Friday we're going to continue the survival horror game, so if you want to tune in for that, I'll see you guys from tomorrow. But until then, I hope you have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. So thanks for tuning in for today's mini stream, and I'll see some of you guys tomorrow. See ya. Bye.